Thanks for joining me on another episode of Talking Headstones. So last week I went to a baptism at St Nicholas of Myra in Penrith, New South Wales, Australia. It's a Catholic church. It was my granddaughter's baptism. And while I was there, I saw there was 3 tombs out the front of 3 different priests, which I will talk about a bit later. But first we'll just talk about St Nicholas himself. Born in Patara in Anatolia, which is now modern day Turkey, on March 15th, 270, and died December 6th, 343. He was an early Christian bishop known for his generosity and love for children. He became a prominent figure in the early church, celebrated for his many miracles and acts of kindness, which earned him the title Nicholas the Wonder Worker. His feast day is commemorated on December 6th, and he's often regarded as the inspiration of the modern day Santa Claus due to his legendary gift giving. St. Nicholas is venerated in both Eastern and Western Christian traditions, and his legacy continues to influence Christmas celebrations around the world. So that's St. Nicholas of Myra. We'll have a quick look at some of the inside of the church. I've got a couple of photos there, and then we'll get on to the 3 priests. In 1835, Reverend Corcoran was appointed the first priest at Windsor. Part of his parish included Penrith. 2 years later, Reverend Corcoran was killed in a road accident, and Archbishop Paulding appointed Reverend John Brady as his successor. In 1838, Father Brady judged it opportune to erect a small chapel in the growing settlement of Penrith. John Tyndale of Hornsey Wood Farm gave a block of land to Archbishop Paulding. Not far from the site, he had also provided for St Stephen's Anglican Church near the centre of the settlement. The foundation stone of the first St Nicholas Church was laid by Archbishop Paulding on the 9th of December 1839. The first priest in Penrith was Reverend Charles Sumner. A few days after the laying of the foundation stone, a small cemetery was consecrated by Archbishop Paulding, in which 3 of Penrith's pioneering priests would be buried. Father Michael Brennan, who died in 1864, Father Patrick O'Mahony, who died in 1885, and more recently Father John Grady, who died in 1984. The first St Nicholas Church was consecrated by Archbishop Paulding on the 13th of November 1850. Father Michael Brennan, who was really the first parish priest of Parramatta, in which he ministered from 1839 until 1841, and again from 1847 until 1852, was a native of Limerick. He studied first at Carlisle and then at Maynooth, where he was ordained for the Archdiocese of Sydney, arriving in Australia in 1838. But besides Parramatta, he laboured at Sydney, Goulburn, Yass, Burrowa and Penrith, spending 13 years at the last named place, where he was much loved. Though he was in receipt of a government stipend and means from other sources, his benevolence was so great that every shilling he received was expended in the acts of charity. He built a church in Goulburn. He was an excellent bushman, which stood him in good stead while in charge of the Yass district, which extended from Goulburn to Melbourne. He was a great lover of flowers, and when he died rather suddenly on October 22, 1864, while on a visit to Parramatta, his body was taken to Penrith and buried in the garden beneath a bed of beautiful flowers which he had planted with his own hands. So that's a little bit on Father Brennan. There wasn't much else that I could find on the internet about Father Mahoney or Marnie and Father Grady, but they were all much loved priests of the Penrith area. So thanks for joining me. Don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and that will do for this little video. And until next time, rest in peace to the three fathers that are buried at St. Nicholas of Myra's Catholic Church in Penrith. And until next time, take care.